scenario
But I
is
didn't
like
have
this.
to.
Yeah, so Linda's scenario is that she has a friend who was very abusive to her verbally, and so Linda wanted to make a distance between her and that lady, and she did that. And but then recently they got back together as friends, and then this
But
lady
not really. I mean, we're not
as
close.
acquaintances,
Yeah.
meeting them once in a while. And then this lady had put her down a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so Linda, that lady needed help. So she asked for some help from Linda. So even though Linda wanted to help her, she could not because of her own problems, her own sickness. She got sick, so she could not do it. But she's talking about what she's struggling with is that why she did not even feel like helping her. Okay, so that's the issue. That's the forgiveness part that we come in, and judgmental part. She was trying to judge her and then was not able to forgive her. So basically, when you don't feel like helping somebody, that does mean that you have not been able to forgive her fully. You know, even though you say, okay, I forgive you, but from inside your heart and mind, you still have not been able to forgive her. That's why you could not bring yourself to help her.
I do it 1 minute, and then, I take it back, because it's like, yeah. And
yes. So we'll talk about forgiveness. So the forgiveness is, how does it help? Forgiveness. What is forgiveness, first of all?
Well, it frees me if I forgive it.
Exactly. So forgiveness is something that frees you also from the bondage. So if we forgive somebody, we are basically doing ourselves a favor. Because when we don't forgive somebody, we are bound with that other person, whoever we are holding grudge against, and we are thinking about him, judging him. So all these are negative, things, negativity that we are creating within ourselves, negative emotions. So if we forgive somebody, then we are doing not only that other person a favor, but ourselves a favor also, because now that feeling of bondage, the feeling of those thoughts coming back and back again and again about that same person or the incident will eventually stop when you really truly forgive. Okay, so now how do we truly forgive somebody? So forgiveness is basically when we forgive somebody, we are forgiving the other person and we are breaking that bond, that the thoughts that are constantly going on between you and that about the other person, and that is keeping you in touch or bonded together. We are breaking that bond with forgiveness. So that's basically, and you, as you said, you free yourself from that bondage. So you understand that. So if
I understand it, yeah.
Yes.
I still
could not do it.
I still struggle with it.
Yes.
It's not that I totally not do it, but I struggle with it.
Yes, you struggle with it.
And I struggled with it, and I found myself praying that she would find someone else to help her,
And she got it.
She got someone else
Yes.
to do it, yeah.
And that was a good thing that you did. That
Because
you prayed for her, and even though you yourself could not help her, at least somebody was sent to her by the universe to help her out.
I was going to do it if she really couldn't get someone else to do it.
Yes, exactly.
But it also would have been really hard for me to do.
Yes.
Because I wasn't feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in Brooklyn, she was in Manhattan, and I had to go, and I would have had to go to the hospital to pick up her key, and then go to her building and feed the cat.
Yes.
And, and...
So whatever the help she needed.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the thing is that we have to understand when we forgive others, because the mistakes happen by everybody. We make mistakes, so does the other people make mistakes. And when we are holding on to the grudges, first of all we are holding on to the negativity and the toxicity inside our heart and mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that is damaging to us and to our organs, to all our body organs. Physically and mentally also it's damaging. creating all the negative emotions in our emotional body also. So we are basically creating toxicity for our own self when we hold any kind of negativity within ourselves. So when we forgive, we are letting go of that toxicity. We are basically releasing those emotions, all the negative emotions that we are holding against any person. When we let it go, we are releasing all those toxicity, those negative emotions. And also regarding the thoughts, that constant thoughts coming back, because when you are really affected by somebody, those thoughts go and get registered in your intellect body, in your mind. And then they come up when you're sitting idle, they'll come up to haunt you. Why did she do that? Why did she not behave this way? Why did it happen? So you keep thinking of those same thoughts again and again. So those thoughts again are basically recreating that same situation, and it is making you go through the same kind of emotions that you felt at that time. And those emotions were emotions of hurt, of being abused. So you don't want to have those kind of emotions, feel those, because they are not helping you in any way. They are not making you feel good. In fact, they are making you feel bad all over again. So why do you want to go through the same situation which did not even give you any pleasure in the first place? So when we release those thoughts, so when we forgive somebody, we are also letting go of those thoughts. So that means we're releasing those thoughts to the universe. So basically forgiveness. Now how do we forgive others? What is the way to forgive others?
What's the way?
What would you do to forgive others?
You just do it in your mind.
Yes, but how? There could be a proper procedure. So let's see.
Okay.
When we forgive others, what do we have to do? First of all, we, in our own heart and mind, we say that make up our mind that we are going to forgive them. Okay? So you first try to understand from their point of view. It's like, standing in their shoes and seeing the situation from their point of view. So when you start looking at the same situation from the other person's point of view, then you start thinking how they were thinking. Then you start imagining how they could have been experiencing the same situation. And when we start thinking from their point of view, then understanding comes that maybe they were right on their part. And maybe I also reacted in anger, and so did they reacted, So first of all, we have to look at the situation from the other person's point of view, and then try to analyze the situation, whether even I reacted similarly, they also reacted. I could have responded in a better way, in a more civilized manner. I could have responded, but okay. Even if you did respond in a positive manner,
see, I never defended myself.
Yes.
She was shitty to me all.
Yes. So you did analyze the situation that I could have done this way, right? So this is the first step towards forgiveness. And then secondly, you have to see that if that situation, as I always say that you have to analyze the thoughts that are coming up from 3 point of views. That is the point of view of usefulness and kindness, and also the truth. So the truth we have already tried to analyze from the other person's point of view. When we see it, we see that whether the way they were thinking was true or not, or whether even I was perceiving it was true or not. Okay. Secondly, is it a useful information to keep in your heart and mind? Is it of any use to you by keep thinking of that situation which hurt you in the first place? It's not. Okay, so it's garbage thought. Then thirdly, it's not even a kind thought, because it's not giving you any happiness.
Right.
In fact, it's hurting you. The more you think about it, the more it hurts you. So when we start analyzing the situation, you understand that it's all the garbage thoughts that are running in my mind, and I have to let it go, because otherwise it's only going to create toxicity and negativity in my own heart and mind, and create this ease of vibrational frequencies, creating diseases in my body, in my different organs. Okay, so when you start thinking like that, then you become more positive towards the thought of forgiveness. Then you say, okay, now if I forgive her, it is for my own good, right? I'm going to release all the toxicity, I'm going to release all those negative thoughts, and they will not haunt me. So when we start thinking, so as I said, when you want to do something, you have to analyze what is the plus points and the negative points of keeping those thoughts in your mind, heart and mind. So if the negativity is more than the positivity, why would you want to hold it? Right? So we have to see that, okay, now we have come to the point where we have understood that these are all garbage thoughts and I don't need to keep it with me. So then forgiveness is the next part. Right? So for forgiveness, we actually, if you are not able to forgive from your heart and mind, just by telling, you have to tell your heart and mind that I forgive that lady. If you are able to come in contact with that lady and tell her on her face that okay, I forgive you, or if you are still not talking to each other, you can say, okay, I'm sorry I hurt you and I forgive you and you please forgive me. So in that way you finish off the whole scenario. The whole topic is gone from her side and your side. Because when we come face to face and ask for forgiveness, the other person is also obliged to forgive you. If they don't want to do it and they want to keep on holding to the negative thoughts, that's up to them. Then they are the ones who are holding the toxicity and the negativity in themselves. But from your point, from your side, you have already asked for forgiveness and given forgiveness. And secondly, if they are no longer in your, if you're not able to contact them, I would say if they are dead or they are very far away and you're not able to reach them, either contact them, then again, because you are still holding the thoughts, you want to forgive them, so you tell the universe that I forgive that and send the unconditional love energy to that soul, to that spirit. Okay, so whenever those thoughts come up which are related, which you need to forgive regarding that person, whenever they come up, because it's not going to happen maybe one time or twice, two times, it may come up 10 times, 15 times, you may have to do the same scenario, but keep doing it, keep saying I forgive the person, with her name, I forgive Mary, and I forgive Mary and ask for forgiveness from her if I hurt her feelings. So you keep saying that, and when you keep doing this exercise and saying, and tell the universe also to please forgive her and give her wisdom and give me wisdom and forgiveness, then you will see that it will become very easy to let go of those thoughts and the negativity. But it's important for you to do this exercise. It's important for yourself more than for the others. Forgiveness is something that we do for ourselves. It's good for ourselves, not more than for the other people, because we are the ones who are getting burned with all the toxic thoughts, all the negative thoughts. It's our organs, as I said, it's our own creation, and recreating the same situation and living through that pain again is again creating a new karma, new karmic cycle. New action is being created, which will again have a reaction. So it is always better to let go of all the negativity, forgive others. The moment you forgive others, you will see that you will feel lighter, you will feel happier, and when the person does come in contact with you, you will not feel like running away from that or avoiding that person. Okay. Also, as you said, I didn't feel like it. It was not being judgmental. It was because you were not able to fully forgive her.
Right. And I felt like also because I was...
You wanted to forgive her, but you were not still able to do it because you were still holding on to those thoughts. So the way to do is to release those thoughts. Tell your mind, holding on to this thought is analyze it from those 3 points. It's not good for me. It's not kind thoughts, they are not useful, and it's not even the truth. So why am I holding the toxic thoughts? It may be truth, but they are not kind of.
Like I didn't want to give her another chance to abuse me again.
That is fine. You don't have to give her another chance. But if you do come in contact with her, you talk to her in a pleasant manner. If she needs help, you help her out. And when we help somebody, it is not for the other person. That's again your own good karma, your own good action. Now, service towards the others, unconditional service to the other, is your own good karma that you are creating. We are constantly doing karmas, constantly doing actions. So when we do it unconditionally for somebody else, without expecting anything in back, that is unconditional love. And when we do that, automatically a reward is written in our karmic cycle from the universe. So why not get that reward rather than toxicity? Right? If we do a negative thing, negativity is also suffering is also written automatically. So forgiveness is a tool which is so easy, but you have to, which we can use to let go of all the anger, all the negativity, all the negative emotions, and all the negative thoughts that we are holding. So just by forgiving, you can let go of so many things, and you will feel lighter altogether. You'll feel happier, you'll feel more peaceful within yourself. So I suggest that practice it. As I said, you may not be able to do it once or twice. Again, those thoughts will come up. You again tell the universe, I forgive. I ask for forgiveness from the spirit and from the universe. So when you keep doing that exercise for a couple of times, you will see those thoughts will stop coming up altogether, and they will go out of your system. And once they get out of your system, then when you do come across with that person, it will not bother you. Okay?
Well, I do see her every week, and we still talk now, and and she walks with me, and sometimes it's pleasant, but then, and I thought I was, but then when she,
But I'm just saying that you don't have to be becoming friends with the abusive person. I'm not suggesting that. It is always best if you are not able to, because you cannot change the other person.
No.
You can only change yourself. So if you are not able, if you don't want to deal with that abusiveness, then you can just stay a little away from that person. But from your own heart and mind, you should forgive her, because that's for your own good, not for the other person. It's good for her also, because you're releasing that bond that you have created between you and her. It's holding you bondage, right? So you are releasing that bondage just by forgiveness. So forgiveness is very important and is very healthy and is good for both the parties. Okay? But yes, you don't have to have a friendship with that lady. Whenever she needs help, you help her as you would help any stranger. And when you meet nicely. Greet her nicely and all. But you don't have to hang out with her as friends if you think that she's going to again abuse you. Okay? Any questions? Yes.
I have a question. Do you think you have attached spirit in your body?
Okay, that's a different topic, so let's start.
Yes.